Okay, I wanted to show you guys how to set up UDP communications between a client and a server. So on the left side of the screen here we have the client code, and on the right side of the screen we have the server code. So this is in Python 3.6, but it's going to be pretty similar other than the print statements in Python 2.7. So what happens on the server side is we first import the socket library, which allows us to open sockets. And then we open a socket, assign it to variable s for AF-INET, which means IP, and then socket datagram, which means UDP. I have that saved up here in comments. From there, we're going to bind the socket to our localhost IP and port 5000. And from then on, this server will start listening to packets coming in on that port to this particular IP. As data arrives, we can then call the socket to receive data from the buffer. So here we're going to receive whatever data the socket has, up to 64 bytes of that data, and this returns a tuple, data, and address from which the data has been received. And then finally we can print out the data by first decoding it from UTF-8. Okay. So what happens on the client? On the client, similarly, we import the socket. From there, we open the socket in the same way as on the server. And now instead of binding and receiving from the socket, we're going to send to the socket this particular data, which is the string hello. And because we need to send bytes, not a string, into a socket, we're going to encode that string into bytes using the UTF-8 encoding. And then we set the destination address and port. Okay, so let's see if we can run this. We will, wrong screen, here we go. We will start the receiver, okay, and here we will start the sender, okay. And so what you see is that the receiver prints out here, received message hello. And that is the end of this demonstration.